You're watching Umami.
Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing? Alrighty. Hey, Bass Boy Low G, thank you for that. All my live streams are going to be archived. Bob's in there, so you just got to go to the playlist page, and you'll see all my old live streams. I unlist them so that they don't like take over my channel because there's a lot of them. So I'm working on episode 23 now. I just finished episode 22 and last week, I guess, and I released it for you guys. And now I'm starting episode 23 pretty much immediately. So how's everyone's Christmas been and stuff, you know, or your holidays? So I guess this is kind of a spoiler, like if you're, well, episode 23 is going to be over 10 minutes, so I don't, this is only just one shot. But basically I made this 3D model and I have to clean it up because it's not perfect. So make it look a little bit more hand-drawn too, you know? So I'm going to be going through this frame by frame. I can show you the reference image I used. If I can find it. So this is a painting by Giorgio di Chirico. I think I don't know if I pronounced that right, but Giorgio di Chirico. And he used to be he was a surrealist painter, the early part of the 20th century, and then I think he kind of had a falling out with it towards the end of his career, and he shifted over to like naturalist still life painting, like paintings of bowls and flowers and stuff at the end. And you can read about why he changed his kind of ideology and stuff, but the stuff that he's really famous for is his surrealism. And yeah. So actually, you know what's really weird about this? I started this 3D model like 2 weeks ago, and you know that YouTube channel Nerd Writer? He made a video about this artist like yesterday. So it just seems to be by chance that we're kind of working on something similar. So if you're interested in knowing more about this artist, I would suggest you go watch his video. Just search Nerd Writer on YouTube. Hello from Ukraine. Hello. Hello. It's pronounced Kiriko. Okay. Not Chirico. Kiriko. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, everyone, sorry about the language issue, you know, with the French, the Russian subtitles and stuff. YouTube removed community contributions, so now it's like really difficult for me to get different languages on my videos. Basically, people have to email me the SRT files. So I think we're working on a solution in the Discord. Basically, I'm going to upload an English SRT file People can translate them if they want and then email it to me, and I will upload them to the YouTube. The problem is that it might take me like a week, a couple days, because I can't just be constantly checking my email, and you know what I mean? I have to like download the file, upload it. It's just a mess. I don't know why they removed that feature, because it used to be so easy. But that's YouTube for you, so. I don't know what to say other than saying, go to that YouTube channel, Creator Insider, and just comment on their posts and be like, you need to bring back community contributions, because, obviously there's many benefits. I don't know why they made their site less accessible. It's bizarre. But their justification was so weird. It's like the subtitles aren't going to be super accurate if you use community contributions. It's like, well, it's better than nothing, it's better than no contributions. And I feel like if there is like someone put a swear word in or something where it's not supposed to be, it's like, it's not the end of the world. I don't know. Yeah, so there's that. The 5-star rating system, simpler times. Yeah, there's so many things about YouTube. Here's another thing. You know how I release all my music under the name Hex System? I have a YouTube channel called, it's called Hex System. It's an artist channel for music. And because all those uploads are automated through my distributor, DistroKid, whatever. Recently, YouTube just decided that any automatic uploads for like music tracks, they're just going to disable the comments because no one can moderate them. But it's like, I have access to that channel on YouTube. All you have to do is put the comments there so I can moderate them, and then I'll just moderate them. But instead, they just decided to disable all the comments. So anyone's wondering about that either, but enough YouTube bashing. So I'm going to be working on this 3D thing right now, so Umami, do you have education that connected to arts, or are you a fan of the arts? I discovered a lot of painting because of interface, and I want to thank you for that. I went to, guys, hold on. I gotta go turn the heat on. It's like really cold in here. I guess the heat was on. It's just cold in my apartment. I went to art school back in 2008. Between 2008 and 2012, so I learned a lot of about art history there, but more of it I kind of just do stuff. I just read like Wikipedia articles and that sort of thing. I go to the museum here in Montreal and find a lot more, because when I went to art school, they teach you like things that are just like so boring sometimes, and like I really just don't care to be interested in, like, for example, there's a lot of conceptual art that you're supposed to pretend to be interested in, and it's like the most boring thing ever. Like some guy, I don't know, like, you heard about that thing where a guy like taped a banana to the wall and people are losing it. It's that kind of stuff, and there's like a thesis document. It's like 50 pages long. It's like I'm not gonna read that. So there's a lot of that stuff in art school. And I don't really think you need to go to art school if you want to be, I do think you need to, like, art history is a good thing to know if you want to get into that. And you can learn that in art school, but you can also learn it just by going to museums and reading stuff on the internet or reading books. But the benefits of going to art school is you get to meet other people, and you're kind of forced to learn about things that you're not necessarily interested in, which is a good thing too. But anyway, Pink Tooth. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that, man. Dude, our whole art world is so messed up. Like, it's just the stuff that they think is important is like the most boring thing ever, and so I don't really pay attention to it. You know, I like going to the museum here in Montreal because I find that it's generally pretty good. They had an exhibition on Western, like Western art, like cowboys and Indians and that sort of thing. Like, you know, those like big grand paintings they would have. That was pretty sweet. I enjoyed that exhibition quite a lot. So the skill that some of those painters has is just remarkable. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what kind of stuff I'm going to be fixing here, because you see how this like black line right here just kind of appears out of nowhere? That is because it's a limitation of the 3D software that I'm using. So it's trying to emulate my style by putting a black line around stuff, but it's doing it kind of haphazardly, so it just pops in. And what I'm going to do is just kind of make it more gradual. So I'm going to do that manually by making a layer above my render, as you can see, and taking my white here, and you know, see on this layer, the very first layer it pops in, I'm just going to basically just make it a really thin line like that, and then the next line it's going to do this, and now it's just a little bit. Yeah, so now when I play it back, see how it kind of just comes in a little bit more, comes a little bit more organically. That looks nicer, doesn't it? That's the kind of stuff I have to do, because otherwise this render looks very cheaply made, you know? Yeah. All my friends were concerned that I had the Mischief plushie. A lot of art galleries on the higher end are just, it's just ways for people to, I don't know if it's money laundering, but it's ways for people to store their money. And so obviously, because there's so much money involved, it's very corrupt. You know, it's not like, it's just very political and that sort of thing. I wouldn't really call it laundering, but it's just like, you know, it's not like an honest sort of feel, I guess. Do you use a filter beyond just the stroke? Well, I'm using Cinema 4D full version now because I paid for it. Thanks to you guys and my patrons. You know, I wouldn't be able to afford that otherwise. It's quite expensive. But some of the things that you can do with Cinema 4D, well, this took me a long time, was to be able to render my shadows and stuff in the exact same colors that I used to draw with, like the exact same code. See how when I'm putting my gray on top of the gray, you don't see it? It's because it's the exact same color. Like, I was having problems for a long time with other software. It would just be like, it would be slightly off, you know? And there's a lot of things you have to be aware of in a 3D software. Otherwise, like, if I were to draw this by hand, I probably would have done a few different things. Like, I don't know, I probably would have like had some just like details up here, just like that kind of stuff, you know? Even though there's like not just, but because it's 3D, it doesn't really know how to do that. So hopefully I'm going to be adding some of that to the octopus. You are using too much 3D now. That is kind of sad. I think it would be more sad if I just stayed with the exact same style and never evolved. And that's the one thing you have to do, is try some new stuff out. And another thing is, you know, I guess I could have made interface with 2D backgrounds and not changed anything, but I'm just really enjoying working on the 3D stuff. And it's not like, I'm not going like, I'm not doing like, one of the things I'm not going to do is have the characters be in 3D. So, and I don't know, like, I just feel like I'm not too concerned about whether or not what the fans or whoever wants it to be Puritan or whatever 2D, because I just basically make whatever like if I have to be constantly learning something new, otherwise I'll get bored of it. So that applies to music as well. And so this 3D stuff, I didn't really want to get into it too much, but it's just kind of, I found more and more things I could do with it that was cool. And it's the most important thing is that I integrate it into my animations in a way that stays truthful to the original drawings. So that would be like keeping the same colors and line weight and consistency that way and that sort of thing. And a lot of it involves me having to draw on top of it after it's already been rendered, like I'm doing right now, because I'm cleaning up those little pixels that kind of make a mess, you know, like these ones right here on the octopus. And yeah, this is going to take me probably a whole afternoon just to fix this one shot. Hey Umami, I just want to say, really enjoyed the new episode. Hey, thank you, old blow guy. 3D looks awesome, especially with your style. Well, thank you, Molesky. Hey Umami, what do you think about experimenting with Dane or other AIs to interpolate the frames? I've looked into that, and it's honestly, it's a bit complicated for me. I could probably figure it out. One of the things is that it's just like I was saying, like the colors have to be the exact same. I don't want any blurred pixels and that sort of thing. I also don't know how well that stuff is able to keep consistent colors, you know what I mean? So I haven't really gotten into it too much. I know I'm aware of it though, I just haven't really tried. Another thing is, like, you know, I could get into that and learn about making that work for me, but then that would be like 3 weeks worth of experimentation. In other words, 3 weeks worth of animation not being made, you know what I mean? So like I have like a little bit of a leeway in terms of what I can learn, and I don't want to change up things too much now that I have a working workflow, because I'm trying to finish interface before April, because I got some stuff I want to work on next year. Soul Trip 89, do you have a fan mail PO box? I don't actually. It's very kind of you guys to offer stuff like that, but I would really prefer not to receive anything, because I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's just like boxes, and there's really, like, I have no space to put anything. Like every time I buy something, I have to remove something from the apartment. It's very small. So thank you for the gesture though. can you give me some cool tips to work faster on Photoshop? Well, okay. What kind of tips, like what exactly do you need to work faster on? Like, give me something that you're working with, because I don't really know. The thing is, if you're animating like I'm animating, there's a toolbar called Animator's Toolbar Pro, and it's like $20, and it saves me a ton of time. It's got these kind of built-in plugins or built-in buttons. Also, I'm using like a $40 Wacom tablet. Very cheap, but it's all you need. It's got buttons on there you can program. So I programmed this next frame button, so I can just click on that down here without having to use the mouse. I can just go like this, frame by frame, really quickly. Oh, about fast sketching, inking, coloring characters, maybe. Okay, well, I'll tell you a few things. There's a grease pencil tool in Blender, and it's actually way better than Photoshop when it comes to filling in colors, because it has things like gap aware. Let me show you. So for instance, if I were to draw a circle like this and put red in it, it's very straight. Well, okay, you have to click contagious. It fills in, right? But say for instance, I drew a character and it was like not completely filled in, and I try to fill it in, it will. But see, Blender has this tool called like, it's like a button, like gap aware or something. I forget what it's called. And basically it will take the little gap there and it will just be aware of it. And so that when you do fill it in, Photoshop doesn't have anything like that as far as I understand, which is kind of unbelievable since it's been around forever. That's not really a tip, is it? It's just, if you're planning on animating in Photoshop, be aware that there's a lot of issues with it, and maybe if you're more technically inclined, try using the Blender grease pencil tool, because it's a lot better, honestly. I have this method worked out for me and I don't want to change it right now. So I got some news about the Volume 2 soundtrack. It might actually be 2 records long, because I was putting together the music in a timeline, because on a record, each side is can hold about 20 minutes. Well, it can technically hold up to 26 minutes of music. But right now, I'm like, I think I'm over, it's like 50 minutes. So, I don't really know what I'm going to do there, because I might have to make it like a double LP. You know? So part 2 might be 2 records long. Because the interface part 2 is actually a lot longer than interface part 1, and I think it might even be over an hour. Like part 1 was 40 minutes. I didn't add it all up, but I think it might be 60, possibly 70 minutes for part 2. So when I put part 1 and part 2 together, the whole thing's going to be like an hour and 20. I don't know how long it's going to be. I can't do math. It's going to be long. But I need the numbers. I don't have the numbers in my head, so. Okay, so I'm just erasing these pixels here because I don't like how they're so thin. And once I get this done, I will go to making this a little bit more aesthetic looking. Saw your animations playing at a brewery in Halifax. They were proud to say you got started here. What? That's crazy. Which brewery was it? Because I was probably there before. Was it the Propeller Brewery, or was it that that one with the cannon? I forget what it's called, Garrison, or was it like Popmon? Hey, Merry Christmas. Hey man, that's very generous. Thank you for that. I appreciate your support.
Whoa.
See this?
Hi.
Oh, Carolina's here. You can say hello, Carolina. Just stick your head. Yeah, there she is.
Hi.
Hello.
I got these.
Oh, okay.
I also got compost bags.
All right. It was Propeller Brewery on Godgen Street.
Oh,
Propeller
really?
Brewery. I think I know of someone who works there.
Oh.
Oh no, it was a coffee place that was next to it.
I'm sure you know someone who works there anyway.
Well, maybe. Reb Jr., I'm back with more $5. Hey, Reb Jr., thank you. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. I had no idea about that. That's pretty cool. I actually wasn't even aware people in Halifax knew about Interface.
No, they're isolated on another planet with no internet.
Because they're going to be like, when I release, well, I don't want to ruin it, but like, there's going to be like the ending to Interface, and obviously it takes place at Peggy's Cove.
Oh, you just ruined it.
Well, they know it's going to take place
The
there.
Chronicle Herald's gonna write an article. About
There's going to be,
now.
it's going to be some guy like that lives down the street being like, what? There's like this animation about my neighborhood where this big
Well, the guy that lives right next to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
One of those like 5 houses around there.
There's a lot of houses down there.
Yeah, but the one's right next to it.
Yeah, you never know. There could be some guy that
Oh,
lives there.
you never know. You never know.
Coming over here is to hassle me.
Yeah, I want to tell you some stupid shit about your stream.
What happened? What is it?
Okay, so you know how they're like, these essential businesses only have to be open?
Uh-huh.
They're taping up half the pharmacy, where like all the greeting cards and all that other junk is, with caution tape and like plastic wrap, and they put up these signs that say, we cannot sell this merchandise right now because of COVID precautions.
That's ridiculous.
It looks ridiculous.
Like it makes any difference
There's
if you're in
caution
there.
tapes around whole aisles of stuff. Like some kind of shitty Halloween movie.
Well, I don't want to think about this stuff anymore.
I'm sorry. Point is, I bought these.
Thank you.
Can have coconut time.
Okay, I'm just gonna read the chat here because I'm definitely isolated, but I have internet. I mean, I'm from that area anyway, so I used to live there, I guess.
You want more brown?
Yeah. A plush of the Greetings with Product blimp would be amazing. That might be pretty cool. But I don't know. Okay. So now you can see that line comes in a little bit nicer, but you see this other line right here kind of pops in. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Now,
Blimp as a plushie.
see, it looks better. Maybe you should just get rid of it entirely because it's only there for a few seconds.
Justin being anal stream.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they need to see this stuff because this is like the secrets.
It's just him going crazy for 8 hours a day working on an apple. Or an octopus.
I'm gonna save this. Okay. Hey, Victor. How are you doing? Also... Oh, I like the... Yeah, that animator, Ryan Rayman, who made Cranberry Outlets animation. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's one of the guys that made me want to start animating too, because I used to watch his animations long before I even animated, like on YouTube.
Better be here and be animated right now.
I think he's too busy. He's like...
Oh, he's too busy. He's too good for everyone now. He's like professional or something.
Let's see here. Okay, so this line pops into...
Mammy's a girl.
And then this line pops in.
Satan. That would be me.
There. And then that line pops away.
Everyone's giving me dirty looks outside because there's no pants on.
You don't have any pants on?
No, I just wore these socks and a dress.
Well... Okay. Hey, emailed you translation for episode 22. Yeah, thank you, man. Pill Gamers. I'll upload that after my stream. And there's another one, I got episode 23 in Hebrew, and I'll upload that too. Yeah, man, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, they basically want me to pay for translations now, and it's like, I don't know what the cost of that is. But when I finish part 2 of Interface, the compilation, and for the DVD, whatever that I make, I'm gonna hire some translators for all the major languages like Russian, Spanish, French, German.
Someone's gonna get offended because they're not a major language.
Well, Chinese probably.
Irish.
Japanese maybe. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but
Korean.
I want it to be so that if you were to buy this disc or DVD, you can watch it in their native language with subtitles, you know? Few pixels need to be cleaned up here.
He did figure out how to be a bird.
Did you find your skill/knowledge in visual artifacts your music? Ben, I think that when I make my music, it helps me visualize my animations, like what I need to draw and stuff. But I can't really say if there's any... I can't... it's kind of like an intuitive thing, you know? So I can't really say... give you specifics, you know? Umami, can you do a J.C. Denton voice for me?
What is that?
I'm sorry, man. I don't know who J.C. Denton is.
Too much of a boomer for these things.
Have you ever considered making a comic series? I used to draw comics when I was younger, but I think I'm. I don't know. I just like the how the sound and the visuals combine. So I don't think I could do a comic because I feel like I like how the sound design affects the visuals. You know. So that's why I like animation, I guess.
Just put music notation all over the comic. Be like, play this while I read it.
I know Italian is not major language, but it'd be cool if subtitles. Yeah, I might get Italian. I'll probably. I mean, if I
Man,
can.
that guy has a name.
Ooh. Or maybe Hindi too, actually, or you know, because there's a lot of people in India.
There's a lot of people in India.
Yeah.
Today you learn some real facts. Dropping the knowledge here.
I won't be disappointed if you do another interactive miniseries. I don't know if I'm going to do that because when I was like towards the end of making Chimmy Alfonso, I was like regretting that I started it because it was just so much work.
The more you know.
Because there's like, I don't know, there's like 36 or 39 videos. It's just ridiculous. Like, then I was like, why did I do this to myself? So I'm going to save this for a second. Okay.
Wow, really?
I saw you had a Neo Tokyo track on your playlist. Do you plan on doing something of the sort as a show one day? The Neo Tokyo, is that like a movie or is it a video game? Because the thing is, I put music on my playlist, but I don't really, like, sometimes I don't know where it comes from. Deus Ex is a cyberpunk game that looks...
Yeah, you know that already. You played it.
Oh yeah, I played,
They want you to do the guy's voice.
whose voice?
The main guy that you play as.
I don't know if I can do his voice. What does he sound like? Doesn't he sound like Batman?
Yeah, they all sound like Batman.
Doesn't he sound like Batman? No, he doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, they all talk like that in those video games, and they all have goatees, okay? And they're all, like, huge for some reason.
His name's JC Denton?
Yeah, apparently it's a name.
Man, I played, like, 2 of those games. I don't even know the guy's name.
Those people don't have names. They're just video game beefcake. That's what they are.
Human Revolution and the other one, Mankind Divided, were... Mankind Divided was kind of disappointing because it was, it looked like they cut out like half of the stuff that they were planning to do. But Human Revolution was an awesome game, especially the ending, like, with it just, they had so many awesome boss fights, and it was such a cool game. So, what was I going to say?
Be annoying.
Yeah, Deus Ex, those games are really fun. And you know what? I've been playing Cyberpunk, and I find that it looks like they must have been playing Deus Ex because there's so much from those games that's in Cyberpunk.
They were. Nothing to do in Poland.
It's almost the same thing, I would say. Like some of the stuff, I'm like,
You just have giant lunch and then you go play Deus Ex in Poland.
they were totally influenced by Deus Ex. Like,
Babcia
there's
makes
no...
you some zupa and then you go play Deus Ex. Where's all the angry Polish people in chat?
Have you watched Sin City? I've watched it, but it's been a while. It's been like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all the translation offerings. You know what's interesting? We actually got to work on some of the promo videos for Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because before I was animating, we used to do corporate videos, and Montreal has a big video game industry here. And one of our clients worked with Eidos, and so we got to go to their office and film videos for their. It was like they were like talking about their sound design and stuff, so we got to go film some of their sound designer and behind the scenes sort of thing. It was really fun. Those kind of videos, those corporate videos that we did back then were pretty fun to do. And there was a few ones we did for Ubisoft too. All those Assassin's Creed games and.
Dude, you guys have a problem with Keanu Reeves? Get out.
I got to play the Far Cry 5 like before it was like even a rumor. I got to sign NDAs and stuff.
Yeah. All the secret knowledge that you had about another Far Cry 5.
That was so long ago.
Far Cry 57.
I didn't work on sound. I didn't do anything in the actual studios.
You're being misleading.
I worked for I worked on the videos that they would use to promote themselves. Like they would upload it to YouTube and be like, check out how we made their sound design, right? And we would be the camera crew. We would go and film the videos for them. We would edit the videos, and then we'd have these. I didn't do any of the sound design, no. I would have loved to work on sound design, but that's.
CIA Umami.
That's not what. Okay, I'll say here.
Okay, I'm gonna go make brown.
Okay. In case you're wondering what brown is, it's coffee. See, now the animation is starting to look a little bit cleaner, but you see, oh, his eye popped in there, so I have to fix that. See how the pop. Pilot, let's see. Oh, what's going on here? Pilot Red Sun is underrated, man. But I find that when he releases a video, they generally get a lot of views. So I don't know if he's underrated, but for someone who doesn't upload that often, I think he does okay. But I think he... I mean, also his animations are so out there. Like, 80% of the population is just going to be confused when they see his stuff. So, at least 80, probably more like 90, 95 maybe. But, and they're getting stranger. Like the Mr. Fuki-san one. I've watched it probably like 20 times. Like, as soon as he released it, and I still had to like process it. It was taking me like multiple viewings. Okay. All right. So now I got this. I might add some. Let's just see how this looks. I'm going to add on top of this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but Yeah, that just looks messy. It's the problem with drawing on top of 3D stuff. It's hard to make it look. Anyway, there's another thing I have to fix, which is this shadow comes in at the top here, and I don't want it to. And I should have just had the building disappear at that point in the animation, but I'll just fix it. Oops, I'll just fix it this way instead.
So that's quite the way to find this channel. Deep intellectual videos like My Life is Reese's Pieces.
Oh, it was Mr. Fujiwara. My Life is Reese's Pieces was the first video I watched yours. I'm glad I checked it out. Hey, thank you, Dude Master.
Dude Master.
That's why I make those bonus videos, is because they tend to do better, and I have to like they like when I release an interface video, they don't like rank in the algorithm at all. Like, it's really kind of annoying. So I have to make these bonus videos because otherwise, like, no one would find my channel. And I really don't know why they don't rank in the algorithm, and I have a suspicion that it has to do with the fact that my channel has bonus videos and interface combined. And because the bonus videos are so much more kind of clickable, they look clickable, it tells the algorithm when I make a interface video, oh, this has not the same clickability as the bonus videos, so we're not going to rank it at all.
Yeah, that seems about right.
It's very frustrating.
Robot logic. This must be a garbage.
It's very annoying. It's like the YouTube, every time I release an interface video, it gives me stats, and it's like, this video is performing worse than your other videos because less people are watching it. And it's like, well, that's because you're not showing it to people. Like, I know how the algorithm works. Unless it's on the front page, you know, or on the top of your subscriber list, people aren't going to see it. So, actually, I find that most of the statistics in YouTube to be pretty much useless because there's nothing there that will tell you anything about what to make that will, or what to change that will do better. You know, it's just kind of like, this is what it is, you know. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. Okay, getting rid of this octopus here. Series are less likely to be shared too. It's probably because of the episode number. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, people see like interface episode 24 or whatever, and they're going to be like, what the hell is that? But if they see like a soda can or like a can of Campbell's soup splitting in half and like a sentient soup appearing, it's people are much more inclined to click on something like that. But anyway, that's the way I've gotten around the algorithm issues, is basically just making bonus videos. Yeah. Do you like making the bonus videos, or is it just a chore at this point? No, I love making the bonus videos because it gives me something to, like, sometimes I'll get like kind of burnt out on working on interface, you know? And with the bonus videos, it's kind of like I got free reign to do anything for like 30 seconds or a minute. But with interface, it all has to make sense with the previous episodes and serve the story, and if that makes any sense. So the bonus videos give me a lot of freedom. And once interface, I finish episode 24 and it's the finale and I make a DVD and stuff, I might take a bit of a break from doing a series. I might just do bonus videos for a while until I decide if I want to start a new series, which is it's possible. But next year I'll probably just be doing bonus videos, at least for the most part, I think. And that will mean I can probably release videos more often too, because interface videos take me like 2 months, and the bonus videos depends on which one they are, but sometimes it only takes me a week. Neo Tokyo is a mod for Counter-Strike Source. I just want you to know. Oh, okay, I didn't know that, man. William Dean's using a PTK-640 tablet from Wacom, and like the new thin version of their pen. Hey man, you inspired me to get a digital drawing tablet, and I have been having fun learning to draw the past few months. Hey, Doge or Doge? I'm very happy to hear that. It took me a while to get used to drawing with the tablet because I'm drawing on the screen while my hand is in a different place. But now that I'm used to it, I find that it's like very natural. It's just another thing you have to takes a while to. If anything, it might even be better than drawing on a screen because I don't have my hand in the way, you know? I don't think you need a very expensive tablet. You can get a cheap one. Like this one, the one that I'm using right now, I'm pretty sure I bought it used on eBay. Because I liked it. I mean, there's some times I'm frustrated with it because like the drivers reset and I have to like redo all the settings. But I don't think, I think that's probably the same. If I had a more expensive one, I'd probably do the same thing, probably. But when it does work, it works really well. And I find that it's very responsive. The only time it lags is when there's a bug related to Photoshop, like, well, they fixed that bug, but there used to be a bug where when the rulers were on, it would lag. It took them like 2 years to fix that bug. Daylin, thank you for the pledge. I appreciate that very much. I don't know if you're here or not, because I think that was on the Patreon there. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to releasing this episode. But I mean, this is like the only shot. I have a lot of work to do, basically. The music for it though is finished. And I was working on the music. It took me I've been working on it for like 2 months. And I think this music I'm pretty happy with this music, so. I just wanted to recommend the first 2 albums by Human League, Travelogue and Reproduction, and the fellow Shenfield band, Cabaret Voltaire, if you've not heard of them. Phonebox Chicken. Thank you, Phonebox. I'm gonna go just search that. We'll just paste that in a new tab so I can look it up later. How about SCP related animation? That would be really awesome. Maybe like picking like a topic from SCP and then animating that. That might be kind of a cool idea, actually. I haven't really dug too deeply into what is in SCP though, but that seems like it would be kind of fun. Have you heard about the band Throbbing Gristle? I don't like my gristle to be throbbing, if that makes any... I haven't heard of it, but I'll check it out after. Okay, let me just check out this shot now. Let's see how it looks. Right here, more pop in. So I'm gonna fix that. That's kind of weird. I might just have it break up off easier early. Yeah. That's better, I think, sort of. Except for that part. Just erase what I did here. There. Okay, that looks better. And then it pops away again. This is kind of a frustrating thing that's why I don't want to work too much in 3D, because it's just it makes things a little bit easier, but it also it has its own limitations, like this sort of stuff. I mean, I could have just drawn all this stuff in 2D, it just wouldn't have been very dynamic. Right here, there should be a black line. Oops. There. I think that's looking pretty good. Like, it might be good enough to just call it finished, you know? Except for this. Oh, okay, no, that's... Yeah. Man, I don't know why people want to see Mischief as a Japanese schoolgirl, but someone drew Henrik as a Japanese schoolgirl like 2 years ago, and I'm pretty sure if you like search Henrik like interface on Google Images, like you'll find him. I think I might have saved it somewhere a long time ago. It was pretty funny. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know where it is anymore, because it used to be in, this was like 2 years ago, so back when like there wasn't that much. It must have been, I don't know where it is now. Someone could probably find it. Yeah. Let me just see. Let me just check my folder, because I might have I saved some of the fan art. Oh, okay. That's the 3D rendering by one of the contest winners. No, I don't know where the Henrik image is. Yeah, it's long gone. It's probably somewhere. Yeah, so those who are just showing you there were from the art contest. Sometimes we do art contest on Discord, so I live stream the... Like, if you go to my live stream playlist, you'll probably find those videos where I announce the winners. Hey Adrian, how you doing? Where can I see the rest of them? So if you join the Discord and you go to the channel called Competition, I think there was one called Competition Entries, you'll be able to see everyone's entries for the art competitions, and so you'll definitely see the ones that you just saw there. Some of those that I saved were not from art competitions, though. They're from people who have created them and put it on Twitter, but from so long ago, I don't know if I could find the links, the original sources anymore, you know? That doesn't really feel motivated. But here, Caleb Henderson, keep up the phenomenal content. Hey Caleb, thank you for that. I really do appreciate that, man. Is Mischief Percy? Percy is one of the people that Mischief incorporated into himself. Probably one of the first. So that is why he assumed his voice. But I don't want to really go too much into that sort of thing because that's supposed to be up to interpretation. But I think most people can deduce that if you were to watch it several times, I guess. Maybe you might figure that out. Hello, everyone. Sorry if I'm not responding to everyone here because there's a lot of stuff going on here in the chat. Question for Umami: 60 FPS for animation or 30? I actually animate at 15 frames a second, so because it's just too many frames to animate if you know. And the reason why I chose 30 instead of 24 is because, or 12, which most animators use, is because if I wanted to put something on television, whatever, you know, I think the standards have changed now, but basically it's like 30 frames a second. Someone wants a 30 frames per second. 15 goes into 30 exactly 2 times, so there's no there's no dropped frames or no frame interpolation or pull down or whatever you call it, so that's why I chose that. And same goes for 60, so you know 15 goes into 64 times, and it just makes a very clean translation to different frame rates. If I used 24, you have to do like a 3-2 pull down. And honestly, like with like hand-drawn animation, like you may notice it if you're really looking, that there's like every other frame has an extra frame, and so when you play it back, there's like this very minimal, almost unnoticeable amount of jerkiness. So you know, some people animate their like the foreground and stuff, like the characters, at like, let's say 12 frames per second, and then they'll render the background at like 30 frames per second. and they'll mix them together. And so that way, when you have a lot of motion, it doesn't look jerky, because that, when you animate at 15 frames per second and you have a lot of camera movement, it doesn't. Oh, thanks.
Here is your brown.
Thank you, Carolina. It doesn't look very good. But I find that the trade-off with that is that if you mix a really smooth background with your hand-drawn 15 frame per second animation in the foreground, you get this weird discrepancy of like where the background looks like it's a completely different thing from the foreground. And some really big animation studios do that. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen like Studio Ghibli animations. Their backgrounds will sometimes be at like 60 frames a second, and the hand-drawn characters are done at like 12, which it looks good, but it just, I don't know. Sometimes it takes me out a little bit, because I'm like, why is it, there's a discrepancy of animation there? Does that make any sense? Oh. Okay. Question for Umami: when do you release the soundtrack for Volume 2 on YouTube? It will be as soon as episode 24 is finished. I will hope to have the soundtrack out within a week of that episode coming out. And then the vinyls and stuff, I'm hoping to have that stuff all made. Well, that's probably not going to happen, but because it takes like 8 months for that stuff to get made. It should be in the springtime of 2021. Mammy, do you have a few top cartoons if you can't choose one? Top few cartoons if you can't choose one. What do you mean? Like my favorite animations? I really like, I was just talking to Carolina about this. I really like King of the Hill. And we watched Ghost in the Shell the other day again, and I really love the animation in that. Personally, I find the sound design in that film to be a little bit harsh. Sometimes, like some of the sound design I find is good, like the gun sound effects and stuff, but Carolina likes it. I find it a little bit harsh.
It hurts my ears in a good way.
You know how like those old films, like old films from the 60s, when people would like shout and it would like, the microphone would like clip, but they would just keep it in? It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Like when you watch The Godfather and Al Pacino's like yelling, it doesn't sound very good because of the microphones they used back in the 70s. Guilherme, Guilherme Ribeiro Tardin Costa. I don't know if I said that right. Probably not at all, obviously, but I thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. How much longer do you plan on streaming for today? Probably for another hour, maybe, until I get tired. Do you already have a final episode in mind for your show? I have the whole interface thing pretty much figured out. So I don't have all the dialogue written, but I know exactly what I want to do. And so it's just a matter of me sitting down and doing the work. And so that's actually probably the best feeling, because sometimes I would spend weeks just trying to think about what needs to happen. And now I don't need to do that. I can just sit down and decide on a shot that needs to be drawn, you know? Okay, so now that my shot is a lot more clean than it used to be. Still a little bit of popping. I can make a little bit more subtle. There. Probably put a few more kind of like hand-drawn shadows just to make it look a little bit more hand-drawn, if that's possible. King of the Hill as anime, your thoughts? I think that King of the Hill is probably the closest thing to a Western anime in the first place.
What?
Because just the way that they draw the characters and stuff, it's just... They like trying to make them look real, but they're not real, obviously. They're slightly not real looking. And some of the subject matter just seems to be a lot more... like, I don't know. There's not like a lot of Western animation that's like, just like takes place in the real world.
What was that to do with anime?
Like Family Guy is too silly looking and stuff, right?
Hmm. That's it.
Hey, got a gulab jamun shirt. Loving it. Are there any references from somewhere, or just you thought of? Are they a reference from somewhere, or you just thought of it? Oh, I can tell you this story. Cleparelli, or Cleparelli. I can't pronounce any of these names.
Just don't even try. Words that you tried.
Hey, William Deans, thank you for that. So my family is like half Indian, so gulab jamun is like a type of sweet, and it's kind of like a weird, like soggy.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's like a soggy meatball. That's it's not a meatball, obviously. It's like it tastes like a soggy donut, like a Timbit. It's like a Timbit that's been dunked in sugar, dunked in sugar juice.
I don't know what a Timbit is.
And a Timbit is like a donut that's a circle, in case you don't know.
Everything's a circle donut.
They're okay. The gulab jamuns, but Basically, my dad and I have a joke where if we find a dessert that we don't like, and it's kind of like wet, like if we go to like a buffet or something, be like, like, be careful you don't eat the gulab jamun or whatever. Or we're like, I don't know, it's just a joke, really. I know some people like gulab jamun, so, but I personally don't, I'm not like crazy about gulab jamun. So anyway, I don't know. We just had this character, and I think we just thought it'd be funny if he was like yelling gulab jamun the whole time, because it's just a funny word.
But where did his design come from, Justin?
They taste awesome. Well, yes, it is. They taste. I mean, it's like subjective. I personally like the Indian sweets that are more dry, like I don't know what they're called, but the diamonds that have like the silver on them.
Those are delicious. Not in gulab jamun.
Hey, Neotic, thank you thank you for the comment there and for popping in the chat.
But you didn't say the gulab man came from a Christmas card and you're from my dad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so the actual character, I was drawing like Christmas cards for family members, and I just drew the gulab jamun guy like in like under 30 seconds for Carolina's dad. And then I took a screenshot of it and saved it on my Instagram. And then like 2 years later, I decided to make the gulab jamun character. So I don't know, I just thought he was funny looking. Indian milkshake thing, lassi.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, lassi is what's that? It's like a milkshake with fruit, right?
Like a yogurt milkshake with mango.
Yeah, it's really good. I've had it before. Hey, Maxie, thank you. Okay, well, this is my shot. I think I worked on it enough. I can move on to the next thing, which I need to do. Excuse me. It's got some pixelated artifacts, but that's fine. It's just the nature of the animation. There's always going to be some roughness there, because if everything was perfect looking, I would be sitting here forever. So I'm gonna get the next shot going, and you kind of see what my workflow is in Cinema 4D. This, not the whole episode. The whole episode is not going to be in 3D, but this particular area is. So. I can show you so let me close that for a second. Painting. Okay. For this actually took so long to render. I had to use a render farm. Okay, I'm gonna make a new camera here. You would think that this kind of low resolution 3D wouldn't take very long to render, but it's the outlines that it has to like calculate how to draw the outlines, and it takes forever. Do you think you'll ever reanimate the first few episodes? Because like Henrik looks like really rough in the first episode and stuff. I don't think I will. I don't know if I should. I just feel like it's a product of its time. You know?
You look like The Simpsons originally.
It kind of, if someone were to watch the series, they could see that there's a progression in the quality of the animation. And if I decided to just redraw Henrik and stuff, like he would look jarringly well drawn all of a sudden. And then I would have to go through every time that he doesn't look perfect. And there's like lots of other times where he looks kind of messed up. So no, I'm not going to be doing that because it's just going to be a nightmare. It's just kind of, it's a document of my progress, you know, I guess. Let's see here. So this next shot, I'm not really sure how to do it, but I'm thinking it's actually going to be very simple. Kind of just a panning shot like this. And so my camera I'm going to make my focal length be a little bit longer, maybe 70. Back up the camera a bit here. Make my perspective perfectly straight. The octopus is over there. This might actually just be a static shot. It might be better if I just make it static. Well, we'll see. Whoa. If someone will decide to turn interface into a movie, who can portray Henrik? For me, it's probably Ryan Gosling.
What? Ryan Gosling and Henry.
I think Ryan Gosling might be a little too young still.
He looks like he has a baby face.
Maybe Ryan Gosling in like 15 years.
You need to find some like Slavic looking dude.
William Dafoe.
Dude, that would be actually amazing.
William Dafoe, that would be pretty funny.
So ugly.
Excuse me. William Dafoe is a very handsome man.
William Dafoe is ugly in a good way.
I think William Dafoe would do a good job. Bryan Cranston would have the right look too. He's very crusty.
Yeah, but he's too like serious and powerful looking now that he's in Breaking Bad.
He's too serious and powerful looking.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe he needs to be less like.
Yeah, too much like Heisenberg vibes.
Yeah. He would need to be someone a little bit more.
Just like Heisenberg, so he'll have like top hats, like
Bald Heisenberg.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan Heisenberg.
Yeah. like if you just keep upgrading it, you just become more shiny and like colorful.
I feel like William Dafoe might be a little too old though.
So you need an in between Ryan Gosling and William Dafoe.
He's supposed to be like kind of like 50, 45. William Dafoe might look a little too like an old man, but who knows?
Who knows? Your choice.
It's your choice. I know. We'll get Marco Pure White to play.
No, he looks too much like fucking Hannibal Lecter. he's like Soup Kitchen Hannibal.
They should remake the Hannibal movies with Marco Pure White.
Yeah, I would watch that.
I think that would be very successful.
Yeah, especially because he's a chef. He's implied he's like cooking brains in the background.
Okay, let's see how this. I mean, I gotta render this just to see how it looks. Okay, hey, it's not so bad. Why is there like a line over here? Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's out of the shot because this little gray line here denotes the end of the shot. What the hell is all this stuff on the top? Oh, whatever. Oh my God, my lines, they're going beyond. So let me just see what's going on there. Well, it's probably something to do with... No, it's not that. Is it this? No. Is it this? No. Is it this? Well, that's weird because, see, this is, you know, I don't know why. Let's just zoom in a bit here, see if that fixes it. No. I mean, that might be something I might have to draw on top of to fix. If it's a still shot, that will take me like 3 seconds, but I might want to put some slight camera movement. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's see. This is the first keyframe. Second keyframe will be at 8 seconds, and the camera will be here. Maybe. Oh, look at all that crap I'm gonna have to fix. Oh, and this down here, that's not good. I don't know what's going on there. Gotta figure that out. Something going on here. Creases? Oh, is that something to do with it? No? It's not the creases. It's not the folds. Okay, let me just see here. Maybe I'll do something different. Oops. What does this thing do? Oh. Rotates. Maybe I'll have it rotate. It's going to reveal Henrik, so okay, that might be all right. Let me just save the keyframe there. Now I got to change the lighting because I don't like how dark this is. So okay, now let's see. yeah, this looks okay. I'm just going to make this change this a little bit. Okay, so now the shot is going to be like this. Starts off here. For some reason, there's lines going through everything. Oh, you know what? Okay. Right here, I don't want that, so I'm going to have the camera oops. Rotate in a little bit early. Up to 10 seconds. Okay, let's just say output frame rate from 0 to 10. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this in a new folder. EP23. Work reveal. Save. And Oh, you know what it is? When I preview the renders within this thing over here, it doesn't give me an accurate render. So the lines, see how the lines aren't even showing up here? So that's something to keep in mind. Also, I have to stop this because the lines aren't thick enough. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go back to my sketch and tune here and increase the thickness to something like that maybe. And press play again. Let it rewrite. That feels like it's too thick now. Let's just, yes, stop it again. Hold on a second here. Toki Mellow Mind. Have a good one, my dude. Hey, Toki Mellow Mind, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
How very much I love you. How very much I've tried my best to give you the good life.
Zadok, is the Cammy going to show up again? Yeah. Episode 24, I think she will be back. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to animate. I'm gonna have to draw Henrik standing here. And that will be something I have to like motion track and stuff. Or I could draw him, put him as a PNG file within the 3D render, and just have him stand there. But I don't know. I might do something where he like walks out from behind something instead. That might be better. So there's that. I'm gonna save this. Why is the room so dark? Oh, it's because when I started streaming, it was like afternoon.
Only 4.
Let me just see if I can increase the.
I'm just turning the light on.
I'm so dark all of a sudden. Just give me a second here. Is that better? Okay. I think I'm about wrapping up here. I just want to get this shot into After Effects. So I have to go UP. Let's just put this all in here so I don't get confused later. Now. Oh crap. So interpret 15. Okay. I don't know, the first frame got messed up for some reason. And look, there's a few things I'll have to fix manually, like this little line that disappears. I'm not really crazy about that, so I might tweak that and re-render it, but yeah, that's how I'm doing my 3D stuff now, so let's see here. Alright everyone, I think I'm gonna wrap it up because getting kind of tired, but yeah, so thank you everyone for hanging out and hanging out in the super, those who have super chatted and stuff, I appreciate that very much. If you check out my playlist, livestream playlist, I made one a couple days ago. I've got this invested in this synthesizer, a Hydra synth from ASM, thanks to you guys and Patreons and that sort of thing. So I was just kind of messing around with it because I just got it like a few days ago, and probably won't be making music with it for interface because interface music is pretty much finished. But for some bonus videos maybe, or maybe if I start a new series or a new album, I'm going to be trying to use the Hydra synth, which might be a little bit more unique sounding, I guess. Okay, everyone, thank you again, and I'll talk to you all soon again. Bye. Have a good, happy holidays and everything, and